My life is new. Everything about this exact moment is fresh, clear, and new. I meet this moment new in being. I am in awe of this unique happening. Never again will this exact moment exist. It is a profound and miraculous adventure. I am new. All mind stuff is dropped. All thoughts are gone. And I experience this moment, present and aware.
Greetings.
I can see so clearly now.
Thank you for joining.
That which was hidden before.
I can't see the screen right now, so
I see
if there
more
is anybody coming in, I do apologize.
I feel fresh and clean in this moment.
But just relax for a moment and take these affirmations in.
Like
okay?
life has showered me in its loving lineament.
Just relax. Just breathe.
Like all that which has gone before has nothing on what exists right now. I am
I'm
new
getting our
right now.
sacred smoke smudge ready.
There is no repeating this moment.
I'll be using a combination of sage,
This moment is special and unique.
And Palo Santo.
The only moment that really exists is this one right now. The past is gone. The future is not yet. Right now is all there really is. My heart is clean and clear right now. My mind is open and receptive. All thoughts fall to the ground. And only this moment exists. In every moment, I am new.
I'm going to give me some sips of water here.
I hear new
coffee.
things.
Hope you guys are doing all right.
I feel new things. I feel good. I live free from the past. I am free from my mind. I am free from the story. I am a being of spirit and soul, living joyously in my human body. My inner being is unencumbered. I am free.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I am free to be me.
Oh, yeah, I got a few things going.
I am free in this moment to express my soul's truth.
What is your
I am
soul's truth?
free to live as this truth. The truth that life is a celebration.
Isn't it? Do you want to be happy?
Human and spirit.
Think about it. Do you really want to be happy?
Together, united and one. We can be a full expression of love.
All right, here you go.
The love that exists as the universe feels so good.
Yeah, it does.
It feels like a joyous ecstasy expressing. It feels like every cell, every skin pore, every part of the human body is now open to experience the joy of this moment. I relax into this moment.
Dream big.
Surrounded in the light of love.
Let your feathers shine. Let your feathers
Floating
out.
in the waves of ecstasy.
Display your splendor.
As the universe weaves her magic through my life. Each moment is ripe with divine presence. I can feel this immeasurable unity circulating in a divine spiral dance. I am one with this moment.
I'm with you guys.
Integrated as spirit and body.
Sometimes we gotta learn how to practice.
Melded in mind
not being
and
so
soul.
in a hurry.
Merged in presence and power.
Settling ourselves.
All synchronizing within.
Stilling ourselves.
Complete and perfect in the moment.
Mindful breathing.
Whole and open to expansion.
Being fully in the now, like she said, without rushing to get to the next moment.
I let it flow through my body.
Breathe.
I feel this moment.
Breathe.
As it moves through my heart.
Breathe.
I am aware of all that exists in this moment. The massive and the minute. I am in awe.
To get to the state of happiness and feeling good, sometimes we do have to allow ourselves to get still.
The splendor of it all.
Because it's from within.
The celebration of life.
So used to looking for it outside of ourselves. We're hardwired for that. And wonder why we're always so disappointed.
Slow motion ensues.
Breathe.
Presence is felt. The peace in the moment. The joy of it all. I surrender into this transcendent moment.
The separation,
I let go of any mind interruption
between us all. It is an illusion.
Softly at its injection. I can look upon
it's only so that we can experience individual self-expression in the 3D.
And now there is freedom.
But we are one.
That pervades my existence.
When we start to embrace this,
it connects me to an infinite source of joy and love.
It begins to shift a lot within us in terms of how
deep connection
we perceive our experiences
to the infinite and eternal,
and happiness,
that I am,
the ability or possibility
that we are,
of complete,
we are new,
contentment,
the infinite source experiencing itself. We flow together, merging like swirling paint in a tin, becoming one, being one.
I'm moving slow, actually on purpose here.
Every experience,
to get us to slow down.
Every breath is new and unique to this moment.
Dream big.
It will never be experienced in this way again.
Display your glory.
That is how special
your magnificence,
the now is.
Your divinity.
We are present to the exceptional happening.
I want us to get in a relaxed state.
That is in this moment.
Slowing us down before I go into the reading.
Knowing our connectedness.
If this is annoying for you,
to flow
I recommend that maybe you wait till the video's over,
moving past,
go back to it, and then just slide through to where the reading begins, okay?
And integrating into unity.
But with this particular reading, I'm taking a holistic approach.
Together. We are all
so for me as a reader,
of the one happening.
As an energy student, esoteric student, as a Reiki master,
assisting each other
with Bloom from Within Love, my desire
to expand and express,
even as it relates to tarot or oracle, is to merge
as the one uses us to know itself.
Healing.
All is good.
To merge.
All is great.
What could assist with that in which we come to a reading for? Not just to give you guys a bunch of information.
This moment is exactly the way it is meant to be.
Knowledge is power.
I can be
if you know myself. What to do with it. And often,
I can be in this moment.
Meditation, stillness, and energy work
it can be no other way.
Is needed to be able to know what to do with that knowledge.
It is what it is.
Which turns into wisdom.
The now is accepted completely.
I'm here. And what's going on? Oh, I think the internet connection. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. Okay, maybe that's my signal that it's time. I'm learning to go with the flow, y'all. I'll tell you that. It'll do your life wonders when we learn how to do this. Yeah, I think it's the connection. Am I still connected on the computer? Okay, yeah, I'm still there, it looks like so. Okay, I apologize. I just wanted to check to make sure. Interesting. Okay. Well, we have done our smudging with this sacred smoke. And now I'm going to spray us. You guys know me. I like adding the water element. I like using all elements to get us connected and aligned with all the elements. And water to me is, it's a very soothing, water is powerful. It can be, vigorous and destructive, but it's also very soothing, refreshing, cleansing, invigorating, moisturizing, if you will, hydrating. And so it's like the sacred smudge is the element of air. So, that's, what I'm saying? Like that's wind, and air without water can be very, very harsh. When the air element doesn't have lubricant, personal opinion, is that it could be abrasive, it could feel abrupt, it could feel disruptive, it could feel insensitive, it could feel like sandpaper to some degree. And so, not that the sacred smudge feel that way, but as we're, smudging the smoke in the auric field like that, is to like blow through, right? All of the debris and the cords and the attachments and, but it's kind of like, how could I explain that? So I'm trying to find the perfect way to say it, but the water with the air, the water brings in almost like the putting in, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like the not only clearing, but now we're going to add some lubricant. We're going to add, some infusion into the auric field. We're going to add some soothing, some breaking up, if you will. The water element helps to soften it, perhaps, to make it a little less resistant to the power of the air, smudging through the fields, right? That comfort. And I like to bring in earth because earth brings in that element, you know what I'm saying, of grounding that in so that it's not just all up in the cosmos or just all up in the upper chakras or just in our head, to almost like to pull the clearing, the cleansing, the infusion, pulling it in, pulling it down, grounding it into our bodies, grounding it into our realities. Okay, fire. I love the element of fire because fire reignites passion. It reignites swag. It reignites that prana, that chi. It's all about self-empowerment. It's also very destructive. It has the power, to purify and burn off, anything that has been very stuck and deeply rooted and rigid, to change. And so since we're talking about, this topic, the message that came through and the meditation prior is, do you want to be happy? How do you feel? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to embrace that? Do you, asking yourselves these questions. And as if you look into the description box, the things that I mentioned there is we actually can. It's actually it's more tangible than we have been used to thinking and believing. So it's with my heart's desire and premeditation and intention to provide some guidance with that, but also some assistance with that through the reading. As I meditated, the chakra systems that got lit up, if you will, in terms of what's being highlighted with how, affecting our ability to create our own happiness in the now, our own feel-good feelings in the now. The main ones that were highlighted that flickered was the solar plex, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. Okay. Now, it's not to say that none of the other chakras are, being affected or has a role, but for whatever reason, those were the chakras that were highlighted. So the solar plexus is the center. It's right up under your chest, but above the belly button, resonating the color yellow. And give me 1 second. So that has everything to do with will, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of tidbit information you can use to help you connect with it, all right? So the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, okay, this chakra is also known as the Power Chakra. So this is where we pull power to show up in the world, okay? This is the power source. It is symbolized by a lotus with 10 petals, and it relates to the color of a golden yellow. This chakra rules personal power, will, and autonomy. So in other words, your individuality. It is the center where personality is formed, and emotions, intuition, and psychic energies are also integrated into the self, believe it or not, into the solar. So now I can see why that was the first one lit up, okay? The musical note that resonates with the solar plex, if you're a musical person or if you're interested in trying to find music to tone that, would be E as an egg, okay? And the element is fire. It's to deal with everything to do with our ego identity and our psychic energy, okay? The ego identity and the psychic energy, all right? So when in balance, okay, if it's harmonized, it provides inner integration, wholeness, inner peace. When it is disharmony, when it's out of balance, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of restlessness, and dissatisfaction. Hence, we're asking ourselves, do we want to be happy? So now I can see why that was highlighted. A metal that is connected to the solar plex is actually iron. So if you have, access to any form of iron in terms of like maybe pyrite, hematite, an iron metal, the planet is, of course, the sun. And then the crystal, though, that is very good, believe it or not, is amber, okay? Now, aromatherapy that could assist with this would be bergamot, all right? When you're, the natural spin of this solar plex, because they spin, you guys, they actually spin, especially if they're activated. But if you want to do a healing, I don't know if you guys want to know that much, because you guys might say, we don't want to know do a healing. But so for males, typically if it's right and healthy, the solar plexus is going to spin clockwise. But if it's a female person, then it's going to spin counterclockwise, okay? I'm not going to share all the information this way with the others because it's kind of lengthy here, I can see. But I did want to provide some educational resources as well, so that as you do leave the reading, even with the healing and the guidance, that if you just kind of further wanted to work on the chakras that were highlighted, that's affecting your, ability to moment for moment, day by day, manifest your own feel-good emotions or your own happiness, okay? Now, moving on, like I said, it was the solar plex, and then it was the throat. I guess I should just go on ahead and flow with it, Brandy. Okay. So the throat chakra is all about sound, creative identity, and will force. Okay. The throat chakra relates to communication and growth through expression. It is symbolized by a lotus with 16 petals and characterized by the color of a blue, like turquoise blue. It governs your self-expression and your creativity. Sounds includes vibrations on a metaphysical level. Emotions are transformed into audible expressions, okay? The principle with the whole throat chakra is creativity. I need to tell you guys the mantra for solar plex, which is wrong, okay? But for the throat chakra, the principle is creativity. The mantra sound is hum, and the musical note is G like go, okay? When in harmony, you are clear, calm, your speech is clear and calm, and a good listener. Hear this out. So when it's in harmony, in balance, clear, calm speech, and an ability to be a good listener. Okay? When in disharmony, too many words, but no clarity. So in other words, a lot of words, but there is no clarity to anything that's being said. Too many words, no clarity of expression. Lack of clarity in the expression when it is blocked or disharmonized. Okay? The metal is Mercury. The planet is Mercury. And the crystal to assist with that, believe it or not, there's so many, but what's listed here is aquamarine. An aroma to assist with the throat is sage. For the males, it's in clockwise rotation, and for the female, it's anti. Okay. Moving on. Third eye chakra, Angaya, has everything to do with light, separate illusions from reality, and intuitive reasoning. Third eye, also known as the brow chakra, symbolized by a lotus with 2 petals and corresponds to the color of white, indigo, or deep blue. The third eye chakra key issues involve balancing the higher and lower selves, trusting inner guidance, and to assess intuition. Emotionally, it deals with clarity on an intuitive level. The principle is perception. The mantra, believe it or not, I hope I'm saying this right because it's spelled KSHAM. The mantra for the third eye is it, maybe the K is silent, Sham, right? Hopefully, hope I did that right. When it's in harmony, you have clear sight. You have a sixth sense, if you will, of knowing things. When it's in disharmony, there's a whole lot of fear, a whole lot of confusion, and a lot of inflexibility. Okay? The metal is silver. The planet is Jupiter. The crystal for the third eye is represented here as lapis lazuli. Aromatherapy to assist with third eye is jasmine. In a male, it's going to spin anti-clockwise, and then for the female, it's going to spin clockwise. Moving on, lastly, the Crown Chakra, thought, all to do with our thoughts, universal identity, pure awareness, Sahasrara, Lord, ooh, Lord, okay, the chakra of pure consciousness, symbolized by the lotus with 1,000 petals. It is located at the crown of the head, represented by the color violet. The crown chakra is associated with wisdom, consciousness as pure awareness. This is a timeless place of all-knowing and all-being. The principle here is about pure awareness. The mantra is Om. The musical note is B, as in boy. When in harmony, there's this sense of inner peace and spiritual tranquility. When in disharmony, there is a lot of anxiety, a lot of restlessness, and dissatisfaction. The metal is gold. The planet is the whole universe. The crystal is diamond, baby. Aromas that would assist with this is lotus. In a male, it would spin clockwise, and then in the female, counterclockwise. All right, so that's it for chakras in a nutshell as it relates to these particular chakras we're working on or dealing with, or that's being affected with creating our happiness. All right, now let's get into everything here. So again, I want to just go ahead and apologize because I know You know, lately, many of you have been coming on the lives, and I really appreciate that. I love to hear from you guys and interact. But in this particular reading, I literally cannot see the screen. Okay, so I wouldn't know if you came on. I wouldn't know if you said hello. I wouldn't know if you asked a question, okay? And so many of you would wonder, well, why do you go live then? Again, I do the lives because for me, it's just a lot easier if I have to do a longer video rather than try to upload longer videos. To me, it's just very invasive and involved. And you got to save and download, and it's just a little bit much. So I just rather prefer to do lives, even if I can't engage, okay? So I just want to share that. All right, moving on. I'm going to add this element of water. I didn't forget. Y'all thought I did. All right, let's spray our water element. Ooh, first on myself here. To bring in some refreshing, some hydration. All right. Let's just take a nice couple of deep breaths. Let me see if I can get my music going back, because I don't know what happened here.
Every experience.
There we go.
I am new. In this moment, everything is new. I have new eyes to see my
so
life.
before we get into the actual reading, I'm going to give you guys some affirmations and a fortune. Let's see. What's the fortune of the day? What does it say?
It's fresh, clear, and new. I meet this moment new in being.
Wow. See, all about making yourself happy here. What's funny, I'll show you. It says,
this unique happening.
Reward yourself with a much deserved gift. Panda Express. Let's see. Can you guys see that?
It is a profound and miraculous adventure.
It's about taking care of yourself and choosing things that make you feel good. And this is, of course, all in a high vibrational way, because when people's crowns are not in balance, inevitably people will say or think or believe that we're referring to things that are toxic and harmful to themselves or toxic and harmful to other people. And that's not what the message is, okay?
I can see
not even close. When you're operating from your higher self, your soul energy, it's not going to be implying that your way to happiness is by the exploitation of yourself or no one else. Okay?
Fresh and clean.
That's the ego's energy. All right? All right. So let's make some statements of affirmations here about saying yes. Here we go.
Like all that which has gone before has nothing on what exists right.
Let's do this. I say yes to myself.
I'm you right now.
I am. State your name. I am Brandy, also known as Bloomy.
This moment is special and unique.
I am living my life and not somebody else's.
The only moment that really
my energy field is clear. I am free of foreign external energies, manipulations, and dependencies. I am free
past is gone.
from wanting to manipulate others or being manipulated by others.
Yes.
I am happy.
Right now is all.
I breathe freely. My eyes are sparkling, shining, and I dance through life.
My mind is open and
yes to my body. I say yes to my body. I nourish myself in healthy ways. I am nourished on all levels.
And only this moment exists.
Sorry. I am nourished on all levels, on the emotional, energetic, spiritual, mental, and physical levels.
I hear new things.
I free myself from poisons. I cleanse myself of any poisons in my life, thoughts, emotions, energies, memories, chemical substances, metals, and life situations.
Free from my mind.
My body is healthy. I am free from infections, allergies, and deficiencies. My organs are in harmony. My breath is free. My body is in balance.
My inner being.
I say yes. I say yes to love. I love and I am loved. I see the lovable core in every human being, and I let others see the lovable core in me. I love what I was, what I am, and what I will be. There are no mistakes, just experiences. I open my heart. I'm ready to open my heart and give up my protection. I am ready to give and receive love. I say yes. I say yes to honesty. I am ready to communicate honestly. I say what I think and feel, regardless of the consequences. I live authentically. I am worth creating my life. Myself and in honesty and staying true to my values. I let go of making compromises. When I make compromises, I lie to myself. I am honest with myself.
The joy of this moment.
I say yes to change. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to change everything, to live a happy, healthy life. I am in the now. I am grateful for all experiences. I integrate them, letting go of the past. I am worth it. I am worth feeling fine, being healthy and successful, and enjoying life. I say yes. I say yes to life. I regain my life energy, and I use my entire energy for my life's purpose and stop destroying myself.
As spirit and body.
I live my creative potential. Creativity flows through me and fills me with joy. I am in the now, in the know, and in the flow. I trust. I am being taken care of. Everything I need is there at the right time.
Perfect in the moment.
All my experiences are important steps in my growth process. All right, y'all. To me, these were some very powerful affirmations. Saying yes.
Feel this moment.
Yes to those I ams, right? All right. Let's shift the music, I think. Let's see here. I'm going to shift our music. So just give me un momento, por favor. Un momento. Let's see.
I am in awe of the beauty that surrounds me. I am in awe of the beauty that is within.
Let me see what this is. I don't know what that is. Give me a second. Yeah, no, not that. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next. Don't want that one either. Moving on. Sorry about that background music. That background noise there. That disruption. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that?
I am happy. I feel deep satisfaction and security within myself.
All right. Sorry, guys. Now let's do it. So the reading is going to,
I feel like
as I mentioned in the description box, we're going to get some oracle guidance in terms of what you believe is what's kind of hindering your ability to produce feeling good or happiness in your thoughts in the 3D. And then we're going to pull an oracle for, what's hidden in the subconscious. What is the actual blockage, okay? And then we'll pull another oracle for guidance and advice. We'll have a separate oracle deck to bring clarity in terms of how it has manifested, or in terms of like the way you perceive the blockage to be and how it showed up in your reality, the subconscious influence and how it has showed up in your reality. And then in terms of the oracle guidance, how it can potentially show up in your reality. We're going to initially start with the zodiacs. So I'm going to see, or at least ask to get some guidance in terms of, is it affecting us in terms of our sun sign, our moon sign, or our ascendant? And then in what area, like what astrological sign out of the 12, okay? Even if it's not literally our personal moon sign, but what is that element that is being affected, okay, in terms of being able to create our happiness, okay? So let's start with the zodiac, then we'll get the oracles, and we'll go from there, okay?
I am stable and secure inside. I feel my feet standing on the sand. And I know
lighting.
the universe is looking up.
Based on the pre-meditation for this reading for the collective.
Everything's always working out for my best.
Can we get some guidance from the zodiac? From our astrological birth chart?
I feel
In terms of
purpose right now.
the overall area
I feel like I can
that is highlighted for influencing our conscious awareness or ability to be happy or create our own happiness, our own fulfilled emotions. Okay? No matter what circumstance we're in, no matter what's going on outside of us and around us. Okay, let's see. All right.
I trust that I am always
Let's do it.
supported and safe. The universe has proven this to me time and time again.
Sorry.
Just how much I am the object of its affection.
Okay, 2 came out. It looks like we have fire and air.
Everyone is, and I know.
So what came out was Leo.
I know how
Leo in the
much
sun
universe
position and
loves me.
Aquarius as the ascendant. Okay, so we got fire and air, and it is a masculine energy here. So let's see here. Give me a second. I'm just going to pick up the message intuitively
As I
here.
stand here on the beach with my feet in water, that I am loved and supported by life and the universe. Unlimited potential and possibilities are ever present in my life. I am free to choose my
Okay, so the area that is being highlighted in terms of what's affecting this, obviously, as I just said, it's fire and air. But what I'm picking up as I'm just like looking at what the cards are saying, because they're not traditionally used for this reason, so I'm just kind of using them on, intuitively.
So I can see all the energy.
On the area of your own empowerment, that's why the solar plexus was highlighted first. And then air, we have the throat, we have the third eye, and then we have the crown. So to me, this makes sense. But
I am present to life.
it's about being able to see your own charisma, your own creativity, being able to hone in that power source energy in the day-to-day. Because we always go so grand. We always look at it in terms of, okay, I'm trying to, I'm trying to manifest a new life, a new this, a new that. And, we are attempting from the solar plex, okay, feeling
universe knows I am
like no matter what you can create, feeling that sense of empowerment. Like maybe things aren't as you want them to be, or you're not where you want to be, or people is getting on your nerves, or whatever's happening, but feeling that empowerment of knowing. Because a Leo is a very, attention seeking, is a fire sign. It's, vivacious, outgoing, and maybe, finding that inspiration, okay, in your day-to-day routine, mundane life that maybe seems kind of like nothingness or whatever, right? But shifting that perspective, okay, since I know that's where we're going, but it takes fire, it takes some gumption, it takes that empowerment. That's why the solar plex was the first one lit up when I did the meditation, okay? In terms of air, everything to do with the head, baby, everything to do with the programmings, the thoughts. And so the area that is being highlighted here the most is
I appreciate the
becoming a little more flexible. Air signs, the Aquarius, they're fixed. That can be good, but it also can be negative. Okay, when it comes to being able to be going with the ebb and flow of life and daily creating your own feel-good feelings and happiness, even when
joy,
right, you can't figure everything out. Aquarius is, or the air element, they're the intellectuals, right? They like being able to think and figure out and analyze and process. But this can kind of start to dampen your ability to feel good and be happy and be in the now. So it's being highlighted that the air needs to be brought to balance as well. The air in our lives, the air element, okay? And as an ascended position, even if it's not your ascended,
overwhelmed with emotion when I think about how grateful I am for my wonderful
what I'm picking up with this is being able to find a sense of humor, being able to see the funny things in life, being able to
I get to
be a little more open-minded in the day-to-day. Hear me out. In your day-to-day approach, the regular, routine, mundane stuff, right? Before you guys always hear me say this, the in-between time, in the meantime, in-between time. So, we're often future projecting, what we want to manifest, what we hope to manifest.
I get to live with
but how about manifest? Right? If we can manifest feeling good, thinking good things, then we could build that momentum. But what I'm picking up, and I haven't even gotten to the subconscious reading cards or none of that yet, but it's our hardwire. It's that rigidity and that sense of, first of all, feeling disempowered, since this solar was highlighted, feeling negative, feeling low energy, feeling victimized, feeling disempowered, feeling, and I'm not downplaying that because it's due to the things we've, experienced, co-created, you know what I'm saying? So that disempowerment and then a negative thinking, if you combine these two, right, we can't feel good. And then I'm going to go further into it because as I mentioned in the description, right, we don't realize this because we're on autopilot. Believe it or not, most of our lives are on autopilot. So what are you doing every day? What are you doing to help to action and co-create feeling good in the healthy form? Are you watching readings? Now, this is something that came to me, and I'm like, gosh, well, how does this work for tarot readers like myself? Because people come to tarot because, they're going through things and they want to know something. Right? But see, here's what the guidance came to me is that at some point that becomes addictive. And then on top of that, because if you're not bringing that to balance by living your life and by applying things, and you're just going on these people's videos, whether it's myself or other readers. So I'm not trying to put me in any different box, okay? But if that's all you're doing, it's almost like just another form of an addiction to escape dealing with that in which you came to get the reading for. If that makes sense. And then it's like if you're being drawn to readings that are harping on what's out of your control, you're not going to feel good. I'm just telling you straight up, with all due respect to that I do with Bloom, which is, a tarot reader, oracle reader, all due respect to any and everybody's belief systems and their ways and their approaches. I don't have no qualms with nobody. Okay. But we're talking about now the law of attraction, the law of the universe, the law of vibration, the law of frequency, the law of cause and effect. So even if we say, well, I'm going there for help, I'm going there for insight, I'm going there for guidance. And if you got a lot of air too, those thinkers, yeah, that can become very, very addicting.
My mind
trying to strategize, trying to figure it out, trying to know. Right? But if you're being pulled to readings that are fixated, themed, hear me out, themed and highlighted on things that are out of your immediate control. Not only that, things that make you relive a story that is long over. You won't feel good. You won't. You will get a payoff. Now hear this out. The hardwire is you will get an initial payoff.
I feel so tremendously
in terms of getting a lower vibrational sense of validation, a lower vibrational sense of resolve.
The wealth that is flowing.
And let me give you an example. Let's say, it's about, you go to a reading and it's like, your hater's gonna get it reading. You know what I'm saying? Which I love those. Sometimes it be entertaining for me because I have readers that I follow, right? That I love and adore. I do. And I like all kinds of styles. Like, typically I don't just look at people that are like myself in their approach. I look at diversity, right? And I pull from them. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That was good. I get that. But I be laughing sometimes. It be cracking me up, but it's like, you'll get the story. It'll tell you. It'll give you the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Your haters finna get it tarot reading. You know what I'm saying? They finna pay, baby. They finna pay big. Okay. So we get that initial sense of validation, right? Because that's the human, right? Right.
Continuous flow.
But go deeper for me. Are you happy?
I love to think about all the ways
I'm not saying do you feel good because you feel a sense of somewhat validation or vindication. What energy are you left with? Have you tapped into what you feel like into your body, what you feel like into your emotions? There's an initial high, but did it lift you? Did it shift you from being stuck in something that the haters did or said or didn't do? Did it keep you ruminating? And when that's the case, we are staying connected to that energy and that frequency. And it is giving our power, the solar plexus, giving our power away to the past, to the haters, if you will. Right? And I hate to use the term, but my lower me likes to use the term just like y'all. Okay. But at some point, what I'm trying to say is this. At some point, I'm not saying we shouldn't be looking or getting that guidance. At some point, if we, like this reading is saying, do you want to be happy? Right now. Not once you got all your shit in a row, all your ducks in a row, all your stuff figured out, all the money you want, all the love you want, all the opportunities you want, all of the, everything's figured out. Not once that. Now, right now. Do you want to be happy?
I feel so great.
Do you want to feel good? Do you understand and know and believe that you can create it from within? It's never been about externalized events. It's never been about someone else. Every time we're doing this, we're disempowering ourselves. We're creating attachment. We're creating codependency. We're giving our power and ability to feel good and create happiness over to something external to us, to someone else. And in most cases, to mofos that ain't nowhere on the earth to be found. This is why I don't get stuck in some of this other stuff that's being taught about, relationships and stuff, because
I can say yes.
It feels so narcissism to me. It feels so narcissism. I'm sorry. I'm not implying, and let me add this, I know I'm all over the place, so just bear with me because I freestyle. I don't pre-program. I don't have a script. I don't got an outline. That's not how I roll. I get a message. Okay? I don't even be knowing half of the time, you know, which deck is going to be required or whatever. But, oh my gosh, hear me out, you guys. Please hear this with love. Because those that have been privileged to know me up close, that are high vibrational, let me say that, they know I'm probably one of the most loving, kind, compassionate, generous, sensitive, caring people in the 3D. So it's not a matter about, oh gosh, you don't believe people deserve second chances. You don't believe, you know what I'm saying? People don't screw up and deserve another shot, and you don't believe in unconditional love. I absolutely do. But now I understand what it's really about versus the programs that are running, convincing people to stay in dysfunction. Okay?
And a sense of deep.
It's disempowering, and it's not love-based.
Trust in life.
Think about this. I want to give a real-life example. And I hate to say it in this term, but we have to understand we're human. In the 3D, right, the human form, the 3D, the lower aspects of who we are. When I say lower, I'm not saying bad. I'm saying lower frequency, the ego-based energy. Okay? Much like children, it's the human default system of fight, flight, or fight, fright, or flight. Fight, freeze, or flight, some shit like that, right? Hardwired. Survival of the fittest, right? No moral. Because when you come from that perspective, there's no moral. It's just simply about survival, right? So most individuals, okay, and when you get into these storylines about soulmates, twin flames, and relationships, okay, I'm trying to bring a parallel for you guys. Think about your teenagers, your young adults.
I feel profoundly.
When you're trying to model, you know, as the primary role model for them, the teacher for them, as you reared them, you cared for them, you nurtured them, and you had to be very creative in how you did that, right? But think about these stories, if your own story or people that you may know, all right? Now, let's say you have a teenager that is off the chain. They just crazy. And what I mean by that is like they're wild cannon. They won't listen to nobody. They won't, you know what I'm saying? They don't even listen to themselves. They're just a wild cannon. They're just out there, right? And this is not a judgment where I'm trying to get you to observe their behavior. Wild and out, right? They done messed up 2 of your cars. You know what I'm saying? Every time you didn't let them, because they 17, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, they promise and they beg and they bat their eyes and they clean up the kitchen real good for you, you know, one day or whatever. But they wilding out every time. They done had 2 car accidents. You know what I'm saying? They getting into fights and trouble, causing chaos everywhere. Chaos everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Breaking stuff. You know what I'm saying? Spreading diseases around because they fast and loose, and you're like, what the hell? Did I teach you better? And I'm like, what the hell happening here? Right? As the parent or caretaker or the leader, it ain't so much about what you say with them, because obviously they learned that they can come in there and tell you sorry and clean up the kitchen real good one day, bat their eyes, and mom or dad is going to give me the key again.
I'm so grateful.
What has the teenager learned? What have they learned? And what is, not only what have they learned, but what kind of energy is that fostering within them about who they are, about life, about responsibility, about relating with others, about how they take care of themselves? Like, what is that? what kind of frequency and energetic template and mindset is that fostering for this teenager?
I can feel it.
So if the parent continue to do that, is the parent really operating out of the higher love energy? Or are they just due to their own conditioning or their own guilt or their own exhaustion, just don't really want to deal with it? So the case in point that I'm making here is this. Here's the parallel. And it goes with the theme of this reading, so hold on.
I have come to the understanding.
When we talk about things external to us, especially as it relates to soulmate, romance, romantic relationships, twin flame, however you want to see it.
It is not.
First of all, again, it's disempowering to believe. Okay, to choose to believe that any one individual is holding the keys to your life's happiness. Okay? Very disempowering. But not only that, if we keep making excuses, just like if you keep making excuses for your teenager that continues to wreck all your cars, no matter how many times you took them to driving school, damn, you know what I'm saying? You took them to driving school, you did the driving school for them, you did, you know what I'm saying? And yet they're not taking nothing seriously. It's narcissism. It is fostering a narcissistic, and it's usually in the form of the over masculine. Because if you look at most of the twin flame readings, in most cases, unless the feminine is taking on the more masculine energy in the dynamic, okay? But usually it's about an out of control masculine that don't want the so-called divine feminine.
But I've come to realize that money can't buy my happiness.
Now, I'm not saying that we're not the divine feminine or whatever. I don't even really like to say stuck on that. To me, it's about high vibe, low vibe. So that's why people will hear me say high vibe, fem, high vibe. Because we're all beings, you know, of source. But sometimes we're operating in form of karmic low vibrational, whether we want to admit that or not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take away from our connection to source and being a part. But if that's where we're vibrating and that's how we're conducting, and we don't got people's good intentions in mind, because, and I'm getting off track, but when people in tarot are referring to that karmic, that topic, they're talking about people who are malicious in their intent. They never meant you no good. It was never going to be no good because they didn't come in there for the right reason. There was never any real love. There was no sincerity. So because of that, all of their actions has been kind of karmic in nature. But to me, I think it's a trip because it's like, well, why are we making excuses for these so-called divine masculine? You see what I'm trying to say? Because if he treated the so-called divine feminine as in a karmic energy, was he perhaps the karmic? See what I'm saying? Why I don't like to get too entangled with that? At the end of the day, hear me and hear me good. We're going to dismantle, alchemize, and disintegrate that. We are all making choices and decisions. Do we all have issues that are influencing that? Absolutely. I believe that. That is where my compassion kicks in. Absolutely. You don't come from what I came from and live through the shits that I've lived through and not understand that. But I equally understand this. We all steal at the end of the day, including myself, have free will and live by the decisions and choices we make. And there's a saying that goes, you teach people how to love you, you teach them how to treat you. And it's not because you're giving them ultimatums. It's not because you're kissing their ass. That's another low energy, but I'm not going to go there. It's not because you're catering to them. It's not because, you know what I'm saying, you're begging them. It's not because, you know, you even threaten them. You teach, just like you would with a teenager. Hear me good. Because you can say, I'm guilty of this. I done told my son so many times. One of the greatest loves of my life is my son. He really, truly is. And he is a very unique young man. And it's cute and funny to me, his little personality. I'm like, gosh, I wish I had his boldness and confidence and strength. He really has. But, you know, a lot of it has to do with his birth chart and how I parented him too. I ain't gonna lie. But I've been guilty like every parent. Darrell, I'll be saying to him, I'll say it over and over. I'm like, Darrell, son, I'm not playing, okay? I mean it, Darrell, okay? I said this like 1,000 times. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna take the computer. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take it. I'm telling you, if you do not listen to me, right? And you know, Mom. I'm like, yes, I am.
I am so happy.
And guess what? Just like everybody else, I've been guilty of not doing that. I didn't take it away. So when I stay in that energy with him and I keep doing that, what is my son learning about me? And what is he learning about life? What is he learning about the approach to get what you want? What is he learning? What kind of energy imprint? And this is just a lighter weight. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm talking about like when we go grand with this, or in terms of major behaviors that can affect your happiness in the now. This disempowering energy and teachings and things like that. Look, a motherfucker. Now I'm gonna cuss. Now I'm about to let my shadow talk to you. Okay? This is dedicated to the inner child, Brandy. Hear me and hear me good.
I am in love with you.
Hear it. Viewer discretion is advised, because I'm about to say it.
Blissful experience this is to be here on this magical beach.
Look, and that I'm about to say is a big old gulp of a drink and a pill that I myself have had to big time swallow.
Relaxed and content.
All right. It's these illusional stories that keeps us locked. Our minds decided to tell us a story and keeps us locked in shit that was never in alignment.
I feel deep satisfaction and security within myself.
If a motherfucker, if a whole,
I can work anything out.
Hear me, because the guy or girl don't matter.
Or get the right information at the right time.
When they show you who they are, believe them.
To make really wise choices.
Hear that again, because I didn't say when they say this to you, when they say this and they say that. I said when they show you who they are,
for all the
believe them.
Have helped me to get to this place.
If a motherfucker don't want you, why should you want them? That's the question of the hour.
Profound sense of stableness within me.
Fairy tale? Oh, because we're soulmates and twin flames and we're supposed to be together forever and ever and do a life and a journey together and have a ministry and the you know what I'm saying? And look, no disrespect, if that's how you want to believe, it's free will. You equally have a right to align and connect to that storyline, because why? We're free will. And also your reality is based on your perception. It is your truth, if that's what you want it to be.
I feel stable.
But to hell with that. Ask yourself this. Our theme is about happiness here, right? Being able to create it daily in our lives, being able to feel good, being able to feel good emotions, you know, I know y'all saying she ain't got to the cards. Well, I haven't. Okay. I have to do my speech first. Is it making you happy? Is it hopeful for you to be sitting around 10 years waiting for the same motherfucker?
I feel my feet standing on the sand.
That don't want you. Because look, let's cut to the chase here. At the end of the day, when somebody wants you, they do. Period. It's just as simple as that. I'm sorry. Hear it out. Now, don't get me wrong. I do understand complexity of oftentimes things are hidden beneath the surface. Yes. And something within a person could actually have deep love for an individual. But you got to accept if an individual is locked in low vibration and in their shadow, that is the reality.
I feel like I can completely trust.
And they have a free will to choose that for themselves. Okay. That is their right. Okay. Lord have mercy.
I can trust.
Have mercy.
Always find.
People have a right to choose their own demise. I'm just saying. People have a right to choose to be low vibrational. People have a right to want whoever they want. Okay? But what we have to accept is we have a right to our happiness. We have a right to our feel good. And the only way we can continue to foster this is cut through the bullshit.
The universe has proven this to me time.
Take our power back. Do some inner child work. Release the illusions. Fairy tales. That's narcissism all day. Because it keeps people in a stuck energy. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you there. It keeps you wondering. That's robbery.
I know.
And that passion came to me because I had to go my own journey to get to this place. When I did a love reading the other day, live, and people were coming on, of course, asking questions and stuff. And it finally touched my heart and hit me because after I got off that reading, like I had promised those who came on, I was going to run energy on them if they wanted like some healing or some release, you know, Reiki or whatever, about what they were dealing with. So I did, you know, I did some energy on myself. I sent energy to them. And then the things that came to me was I just kind of like sat there. I was like, wow, man. It was a very beautiful young lady that had came onto the video. I mean, I don't know her personally, but you know, she has her own channel and it looks like from what I can see, she seems like she's a young woman. I could be wrong. And just, you know, I can tell, like, I'm like, hey, she's probably gifted. She's still talented. She's beautiful. And because of our programming and conditioning and what we believe about these soulmates and twin flames and love relationships and stuff like that, listen, I'm saying this, we be going to readings asking, should I call the person that ghosted me? Really? Say that again and out loud to yourself. Should I call the person that ghosted me? Should I reach out to a person that ghosted me? The answer is an inevitable no. And that's not bitterness. If someone wants you, you don't have to do that. We have to start asking the grander questions here and stop making the excuses. Do people have things come up in their lives? Yeah. Do people make bad choices that have caused them to do that? Yeah. But it's still not your responsibility. You still deserve more than that. Do you not? Do you not? If somebody mistreated you,
I know how to use it.
Why do you want to know if they're coming back?
I know what to do.
And I'm not saying this in judgment, because see, these are all things that I've had to face and integrate and heal. Listen, it comes from our inner child, and it comes from also the programs.
I am always ready to be a worthy.
It's like a high or some shit. You know what I'm trying to say? That's why I say it's rooted in narcissism.
I love learning.
If someone did you something dirty,
I love
Why do you want them back? Because I love them. Nope. I remember hearing this song, if it isn't love, why does it feel this way? Why does she stay? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Right? It's that way because that's all you know. It don't mean that it's love. It is a program, dear. Sorry to have to share that. Because it isn't love. Love shouldn't hurt so bad. Make you feel so sad. That's a lie. It's called trauma bonding. Make you go up and down. Make you stay around. It's a lie. It was never real. What we need to do is go on the journey to heal. It was never real. We need to go within, do the journey to heal. Because it isn't love.
Joy. And to serve each other.
Abuse isn't love.
I am so grateful that I now know my heart well enough.
Ooh, I know I went way to the left. But if
my purpose,
I myself am incorporating what I'm telling you, like that young woman, she deserved love. She deserved to not be, you know what I'm saying, whatever the person had did, you know, for whatever reason, gaming, you know what I'm saying, because they probably got options and shit, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, no, that young woman should not call him, and she should explore the options that I'm sure she's got plenty, because she's very beautiful, okay, and alchemize this addiction to trauma bonding. Am I going to be chosen? That fairy tale stuff.
I get to
right? No, motherfuckers. If you don't treat me right, I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Done.
I get to live with it.
Because when people show you who they are, believe them. When they show you what they really think and feel about you, believe them. Listening to, oh, you know, babe, you know what I'm saying? I was drunk. Ike and Tina, there we go. So this is why you're abusive? No.
I get to be a part of this amazing.
Okay. We got to take back our power here. And like, okay, if I really want to feel good, if I really want to be happy, I got to let go of stories. And this is what we're getting into here. I got to let go of my addiction and attachment to these stories I have been telling myself. I've got to let go of my addictions and attachments to being drawn to and feeding off of, even when it's tarot or oracle readings, that's just highlighting stuff that's out of my control.
I'm relaxed here.
Or feeding the lower vibratory side of myself that just am looking to feel like these people get their payback. And that's okay feeling. We all go through these phases and stages because that's a part of that human process. That's a part of our ego. That's a part of the physical form. But hopefully at some point we realize that it keeps us stagnant. And while we could be recreating some bliss in our lives, okay, we can be recreating some bomb shiznit. We can be having some blissful experiences with people who are deserving of even being there. Deserving and capable, okay? And willing and wanting to be, not being coerced to be, not being convinced to be, not being told they have to be because you they soulmate and they twin flame. Like, what? How about wanting love that is healthy and right and equally reciprocal, and people just choose each other because they want to choose each other, not because they feel obligated to.
Feeling comfortable.
Right? All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Let me just move on. I'm sorry. So we got, you know, we need to balance I ain't sorry. Let me take that back. Nope. I ain't sorry. But if, you know, this long intro and speech and stuff and meditation or whatever was too much for you, then I just, like I said, I highly recommend you just jump off, or, you know, just wait till this video is done. And then that way you'll have the, you know, ability to go on later and just skip to the parts that you want. Okay. All right. So now, as I was saying, we do need to balance our fire and air. Okay. As we talked about. So now let's get our reading going here. All right.
Such satisfaction.
All right, for the collective.
I feel so wonderfully content.
All right, we want to get what the collective feel like is the influencing factor of not being able to create happiness, emotions. What the subconscious reveals and have to really say about that. And then the guidance that would be helpful with releasing whatever that is hidden in the subconscious and transforming and alchemizing all of those energies so that we will be able to create feel good emotions, feel good thoughts, and be happy in the moment. Please and thank you. And then day to day. In the meantime, between time, right? All right. All right. So let's start with what the collective thinks, or in a 3D, what they believe is influencing their happiness, what they think and believe is influencing their happiness. For the collective, please. One card. What they think, feel, and believe is influencing their happiness. What they think, feel, and believe.
Listening to this beautiful music.
Wow. I'll read it in a minute for you guys. Give me a second. Okay. Subconscious. What does the subconscious want to reveal about the truth? What is the subconscious influence? The subconscious influence with being able to create happiness. What's the subconscious influence with being able to feel good or not being able to feel good or not be able to create happiness? What is the subconscious reveal? The subconscious influence, please and thank you. Hold on. Ooh, a lot probably going on in the subconscious. Wow, this is getting good already. What is the subconscious reveal about what's really influencing their lack of creating feel-good thoughts and emotions or being able to be happy? What is the subconscious? There it is. Okay.
And enjoy moments of luxury.
This is going to get good. Okay, now, what would be the guidance from this deck to help the collective shift in consciousness in their thinking, as well as in the subconscious? What energy or what would be helpful in, or the guidance to shift this in a position to be able to create happy thoughts and feelings, feel good thoughts and feelings, and happiness in their everyday? What would be most optimal, most rapid, most thorough, most tangible, and assisting? Oh, a few hoppers here. Please and thank you. What would be helpful? Please and thank you. Oh, no, I don't know. I'm going to keep going. There it is. She came out again? We just had her. I don't know now. But I mean, I guess it goes with the other.
I feel so grateful.
Oh my God. Well, okay, I'm going to take it. It came out, so I can't not take it.
I have an inspiration to do something.
Got that. Okay, so for many of you, what you think is affecting your ability to create feel-good thoughts and emotions or happiness in the now is success in reverse. So in other words, a feeling of a lack of success. Now, this is what you think. This is what you feel like. This is what you are perceiving. You perceiving that you're not successful in whatever this is, that you haven't had any success, right? Or maybe it's some past perceived failures or loss, because, you know, we do lose things. I get that. It can be a loss of a job, a loss of a friend, a lover, partner, you know, anything. There's a lot of changes going on in life for many of us, right? So maybe you feel like there's just been a lack of success because it's in reverse. This is what you think, right? Oddly enough, so it's card number 39, 10. See, 10, completion cycle. So you've been on this journey, and you have to take this as a resonate, because it could be in a certain area of your life that you're highlighting, okay? But in a nutshell, you feel like because you ain't successful. So this, we asked, what do the collective think is creating a lack of being able to think good, feel good, or have happiness, and you think it's due to a lack of success. However, 6, 7, 8, 9, we got 9, 9, 10. Well, the subconscious is saying, well, it's really about differences. Night and day. You see these cats, black and white, differences, right? And I'm going to get into what this is about here in a minute before I start talking, because this is where it's at. This is the real thing right here. We perceive in the 3D on this level on the surface that it's just to do with success. But the subconscious is revealing that it has something to do with differences, okay? That is creating this sense or feeling or belief that we can't create happy thoughts, feel good emotions, or happiness in our lives. The advice is what we got the other day. The Queen of Fire. This is the fire element being the advice. So building up this confidence again in yourself, in your ability on a day-to-day stuff, not just to create the huge, massive stuff. You know, maybe those of us that are focused on success, we need to go a little more micro instead of macro, right? And shifting and creating this confidence in just day-to-day living. In the meantime, between time, okay? But let me get the other cards on that. Interesting already.
I get to simply focus on.
All right, so with the success for the collective, believing that it's the lack of success, the lack. I think I need to pull a tarot.
My life is wonderful.
All right, hold on. So before I even pull the tarot, this is what I'm going to do. Let me get, I think I was going to do Kipper.
I am enjoying this adventure of life.
Let me see.
I love it.
So let's see what area is it highlighting for you. Okay.
I get to live.
All right, can you get some clarity in terms of what is the collective focusing on seemingly lack of success? What is that about? And these differences, what are the differences about it? And our subconscious, what is that? And then, of course, with the first fire as the guiding advice, what area that needs to be applied? How does that need to be applied to be able to create feel-good thoughts and emotions and happiness? All right. What is success in reverse?
And how to use it to benefit as many.
What is differences? Oh, have mercy on our souls. What is, oh, bless us today. What is the grandfather? About what area? Oh, Lord.
I'm so grateful for
Okay. Journey. At the bottom of the deck is journey. And at the bottom of the other deck was growth.
I am so grateful for
We have journey and we have growth. So give me 1 second here. So in terms of this lack of success, occupation in reverse came out as well. So like I said, so many of you are basically you just, you know, maybe like I just said, you may have lost work. You don't have any work right now, or you're feeling like there's just, like many, lack of opportunities. You know, you feel like since the solar plex and the air element was the highlight, you probably think and feel disempowered. In terms of occupation, you feel like it's just not nothing out there. You feel like there's nothing that you really want to do. You feel like you're not given the opportunities, you know. So this is what you feel. This is what you've been focusing on, right? Because this is why you think and feel a certain way every day. All right. So this has been the focus, what you think, and it has to do with occupation. Or maybe you have occupation and you just ain't happy with it. Maybe you're in something that you ain't making no money. It's costing you more to go there than it is to, you know what I'm saying, that you make. You know, maybe you feel like it's soul wrenching, you know, soul sucking, or, you know what I'm saying? It's something to do with your occupation. Okay. Now, this is what's going to get interesting. For the differences being in the subconscious, what came out was the Lovers. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10 so far. Yep, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. And I got to look at what's this card about, but just intuitively, this is in the subconscious. So something to do with this in your subconscious. Oh, blessings. And at the bottom was journey. So many of you have been on this long journey. It's twofold here, because a part of me feel like it's about bringing a balance to your yin and yang energy and trying to find that balance. Your shadow, your light, your masculine, your feminine. Because that's what differences is. And then the Lovers also represents that. It's not just about love. So in part, this is about bringing these energies to balance within you. The subconscious is saying the yin and the yang.
It's fantastic.
Merging those things, okay?
It certainly makes life
but
easier and much.
Since I got journey here and let me look, hold on. So, okay, in a small nutshell here, just in layman's terms, like the subconscious is revealing that what is influencing you is something to do with conflict in relationships, okay?
That happiness.
Whether it's a relationship with yourself or a relationship with others. Something
really comes from being able to follow my heart.
Yeah. See how different they are? Look how different. One's black with sparkly golden eyes, and then one is, I think, white with blue eyes. Totally opposite. They're polar. Look at the cat. They're polar opposites of each other. Totally different. Right? And so maybe, you know, in the subconscious thing, they've been hurt, you know, they've been on this long journey and they've been disappointed in relationships, and they're not getting along with people, and people ain't getting along with them, and they're tired of being on this journey, and, you know, people being disappointing to them or not, you know, finding this sense of harmony. So this is what the real core is. And it's funny how it's tying into my very long speech.
It is really important in life.
Because maybe we need to go ahead and integrate or alchemize these differences, right? And do that inner work, the healing, the release, the detaching, the acceptance, so that we can be in the now, so that we can find the happiness and stop externalizing or staying stuck, right? And since fire and air is affected, the air element is probably way too much and out of balance in terms of what is created in the subconscious here. It's the story we have told, the story we have believed and attached to regarding differences. So things didn't work out, the stories that we're telling ourselves about it.
It feels so refreshing.
Right? So if we want to create, I haven't even gotten to, the Queen of Fire is the advice position. So let me move on. With the Queen of Fire being the advice position, what it was coupled by was death. Okay, since this is the advice position, what I feel like with this is that with that Queen of Fire, right? Queen of Wands, High Priestess of Fire, put to death, burn, put to rest, allow this transformation of all things that does not foster a sense of well-being, a sense of peace, a sense of being able to have happy thoughts and feeling good in the now. Okay, now, so for many of you, even though you may think it's the occupation, but like we said, the subconscious is revealing that it's more relational, but it could also be related to your occupation in a sense that many of you feel like there's just nothing right for you. And that may be making you feel some kind of way. You may feel like, especially if you're anything like me, I'm saying, just odd and different. I'm saying? You may feel like it's just nothing out there right for me. There's just too many differences. It's just too much, and I don't feel like I fit. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I fit. People don't see my value. People don't see my worth. People don't see the beauty and the diversity in that which is me. Because again, the card was differences. And so many of you feel like that. Like, this just says shit for the birds. Like, this is just not, in terms of occupation. Because some of you guys may not have been through nothing recently in relationships. So maybe it's just that inward balance of your yin and yang and alchemizing maybe the disappointments with occupations and dealing with people in the occupations. Feeling like you can't manage to succeed. You can't manage to get in a place to where you're accepted for your difference. Versus people always trying to get you to conform into something that you're just not.
And the experiences.
Trying to fit into something that's just going to feel good for you no more. Right? So the guidance is, take the Queen of Confidence, the Queen of Fire, and empowerment on a day-to-day to put to death thoughts, inner dialogue, inner conversation, right? And even things that come at you, the things people say, because we can't control the external. People do say some dumb shit. Because it's their program and their beliefs, and people are often projecting onto us their shit, even if they don't know it. So they project what they think, feel, and believe onto you when they're talking to you, right? And oftentimes they may do things or say things that is counter who you are and where you're going, and that may be hurtful. So the guidance is on a day-to-day, moment for moment, in your Queen of Fire, put to death.
Or get the right information.
Everything coming at you inwardly and outwardly that is fostering a victimhood, that is fostering a disempowerment, that is fostering the thought that I don't fit in, that I can't fit in, that I can't find an occupation, that I'm not good enough for an occupation that I deserve to have, that I can't have healthy relationships, or I can't find love, that I can't find balance with myself, I can't find balance in my life, like all that, put it to death. and anything that also fosters it. So in other words, any fixation and addiction to listen to stories that only makes me relive 12 times over the shit that I done left. Right? The addiction to disempowering storylines. The addiction to victimhood. Right? The addiction to minimizing of self because of the conditioning. That's why the Queen of Fire keeps showing up. Like, no, you are the shit. Own that. Yes, you are. There is no other you. There is no other you. This is why you can say this. We all can say that. We all have a diverse myriad, beautiful traits and skills and capabilities, but no one can be you and you can't be no one. We can try and copycat. You got a lot of that going on. We can try to steal shit and claim it as ours. You got a lot of that going on too. But in essence, the core of who we are, what we are and what we bring, that there is no duplicate. Okay? So that's how we need to talk to ourselves. That's the stuff we need to listen to. That's the kind of conversations we need to be having. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trauma-bond conversations, we need to be having conversations that say, the world is full of possibilities. Not focusing on conspiracy theory. It's not to say that it doesn't, things aren't happening in the world, but we're talking about shifting what we have power over. I can completely trust the flow. Our focus there, our attention there, our words there. And if we're co-creators, then we know that, there may be a lot of shit in the external, but if I decide I want to talk about more high vibrational things, if I decide I want to talk about more things that's going to be more empowering, instead of the trauma bonding and the victimhood and the blaming and the projecting and the, whatever. I trust that I am always. And just go, you know what? The world is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Like what this lady is saying in the background. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first because of our hardwire, our program, and because of the experiences we've suffered. Okay. And because, yes, people will be triggered by light. People will be triggered by someone that is aiming to stay in that more optimism. Everyone is. And some people think it's to try to help them be in reality, but you don't need that. I know. Because we manifest based on our frequency and our vibration, period. That's just period. I know. So we can manifest our day-to-day feeling good and happiness even when we're still in the meantime between time, because maybe you're about to manifest something. Okay. See, that's the thing. If it's the perspective. So I just said, put to death the thought that you can't. The thought that it ain't happening, the thought that you can't fit in nowhere, the thought that you can't get, some healthy connection. Once we put that to death, to rest, and then slowly start to see the buddings, you'll instantly feel better. If you just think about it, when you sit and have an upbeat dialogue, my gosh, it's a wonderful life. I can do this. It's great. Opportunities are arising. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for the sun, and the birds, and the trees, and you know what I'm saying? Bird watching and animal watching. It's so beautiful and wonderful. And looking at babies laughing and, Googling and Googling or whatever you call it. And, I'm so grateful and thankful. I'm here. I'm alive. Hey, I got my health. I'm still here. I got a toilet. Gratitude is coming through now. But hey, I'm beautiful, looking at yourself in a different way, like, hey, look, to hell with this other shit. Like, let me build me up here. Hey, I got something to offer. If this employer don't want it, another one would. If this person don't want me, there's somebody that will, who's actually even in my arena. You know what I'm saying? On my level. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, starting to like shift the dialogue. Hell, that didn't work out. Okay. I grabbed the lesson. Polarity, contrast. Okay. It showed me, it helped me, you know what I'm saying, to see in 3D that in which is not for me, that in which I don't align with, that in which I'm not in resonance with. Okay. That's all right. They have a right to their journey and their story and their way. Contrast. Thank you for showing me the contrast of that in which I'm not and that in which I don't want. So, hey, I could create, something else. Okay, that didn't work. I tried that. Okay. I'm okay. I'm taken care of. I'm supported. I'm provided for. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm evolving.
Life is so
I'm free to do this. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's a part of the journey. I'm okay. I'm on my way. That didn't work. Someone else will. I don't fit in there. I'll fit in somewhere else.
I'm so grateful for every moment where time stands still.
They don't see the value. Someone else will.
And I can appreciate
because I'm the shit. I know some people will say, did she say that? Is that? Yes, I did. Because we've been hardwired the other way. To feel low. To feel minimized. To feel less than. To be taught with this false sense of what I call false humility.
I know from deep within myself.
To minimize yourself in the presence of people who think they're better.
To experience joy.
Or feel entitled to adoration or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like owning our own divinity. We don't have to take away from someone else's to own it, but we don't have to dim down ours either so other people can feel like they're being recognized for theirs. You see what I'm saying?
To know my purpose, or at least see how it is unfolding before me.
So, changing the script. And this is what we're going to do here before I shut this down. Okay? We're changing the script. That inner dialogue, that physical, external, audible dialogue. We're going to set some intentions. We're going to ask our light team to help us.
I get to live to the fullest.
In the moment for moment. We're going to minimize it. We're going to break it all the way down to micro.
I get to give myself.
Because if we could keep managing the micro, eventually we're managing the macro. Eventually, we would have manifested this success that you feel you haven't had in an occupation, or this success that you feel that you haven't had in relationships. It could be love relationships or just friendships. Because like I said, not all of us is fixated on the romance. Some of us just want our soul tribe. Some people just want to find the people that is going to look at them and see their worth and value and not be threatened by it. Look at them and be able to honor them, be able to respect them, be able to even celebrate and appreciate them the way that they do to others.
I get to be a part of this amazing world.
Many people are just looking for that, like the high vibe tribe is what I call it. They're looking for a high vibe tribe where you can feel safe, where you feel like you belong. But the overall message is that it's an internal thing. And to release any programmings that attach to the external, even a soul tribe. Because, again, it's still giving away power to individuals external to us. And they're humans just like you. In other words, they got ego, baby, just like you. In other words, they're not perfect, just like you. In other words, chances are they're going to say some shit stupid. Whether they mean to or not. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't have malintent. You know what I'm saying? But it's human, it's programming, it's all that. So this is another reason why we need to release attachment. And that just came through the message. It's like The subconscious is showing that there's an attachment to the external, thinking that outside influences dictate your happiness, people's approval, people's acceptance of you. That's what's really influencing.
Laughing and enjoying each
not just that you feel like you can't get it, but also that there's an attachment to it.
And now I sit here relaxed.
Because anytime we do that, then yeah, because when somebody don't like you, then you can't be happy. When somebody rejects you, then we can't be happy. When somebody ghosts us and choose somebody else, we can't be happy. If somebody, don't offer us a job, then we can't be happy. You see what I'm saying?
I'm softly.
So there is a call and a need to also release that attachment. And in these cases, I believe, we're being called and asked to go within and call our light team if we're open to that. When you feel alone or you feel you don't have no support, you feel like nobody don't understand you, you feel like all the people low vibrational and this shit is for the person, like whatever it is, right?
Such satisfaction.
Get alone and ask, call on what you believe in, call on, ascended masters, angels and guides, goddess energy, Gaia, galactic support, and ask them to make their presence known for you. And then whatever archetypal role that you need, if you need some mothering energy, if you need some nurturing, mothering, if you need some protective fatherly energy, if you need the friend energy, if you need the embrace, ask. On a day-to-day, it don't got to be a big to-do.
I enjoy feeling.
Just ask, like, okay, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. I don't want to reach out to toxicity. I don't want to rely and attach to no one externally. I don't feel like trying to have to worry about if this person's going to understand what I'm saying. So could you all just help me?
I feel so tremendously.
I need some support. I need to be able to see the brighter side of things. I need to be able, just call on that. Okay. All right. So let me get pushing so I can let you guys go here.
The wealth that is flowing into my bank account.
All right.
Every moment of the day and the night.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to go here. That's all we need. That's the guidance. So wrapping her up.
Even as I sit here now, in this magnificent.
All right. No, thought I was. Okay. So just two more. Then I need to pull a tarot. And then I'm going to give the, which oracles they wanted as your final healing energy oracle. Okay. They have affirmations on there. All right. So let me get tarot to clarify each role here so we can see, maybe give them the highlight area here in these particular subjects here. Occupation, lovers, putting, things to death.
The continuous
as the advice position here. Okay. For the collective. And so we can go, because y'all know I talk. But at least when I talk, I make sense. It is sensible. It is clear. So it ain't just many words. Thank you. For those of you who are in some other vibration. Oh, see, and we got the star at the bottom. See, you guys are being supported. Oh, you got the star and the sun. Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see it. This is oh my gosh, you guys. It don't get no brighter than this, okay? It really don't. It don't get no brighter. The sun is the happiest card. And then you got healing. You got moon and sun. You got water and fire here. Alchemy. See, you guys, wow.
I feel so.
Wow. All right, so there's alchemy happening. You guys are healing the subconscious. You're transforming. You're changing. You're progressing. You're being supported. These are two majors, okay? Your wishes are coming true. You're manifesting. You're healing from all of the toxicity and all of the programming. Right? The light is shining. Opportunities. This is an abundance to me. Opportunities. Sunflowers. The star. You're a shining star. Many of you are shining stars and don't know that you're shining stars. You know, due to conditioning and programming and other people's projections. But you're a shining star.
I feel so grateful.
You're being supported. Okay? This is happiness. The theme is about happiness. This is it.
Do something.
This is what's surrounding. Okay? Available. Right now. Okay? I like that. Okay? We're going to come out of that hangman energy. That's another major arcana. Because the sun is here. You're going to come out of 7 of Wands. You don't need to be defensive anymore. You know, where you need to stand your ground, you'll be able to do it with ease and elegance. But you're not being defensive in a whole sense. You're coming out of that. 6 of Cups is here. So something good is coming.
Grace and confidence.
Yep. So, yeah, come on, y'all. We're about to lift the vibration right now. You're about to come out of this 9 of Swords. You're going to stop all that excess air. You're going to come out of Hermit. Okay. 9 of Swords is torment. Coming out of that double energy. I was just talking about addiction and attachment. I was talking about that. Fixating on negativity, negative inner talk, negative external talk, hanging around people that just only want to talk negative, right? You're healing. You've been resting. You've been recuperating. Okay. Self-care, right? You've been doing that. Wow. You're laying down these burdens, these 10 of Wands. You're putting down things like that Queen of Wands is saying. You're putting it to death. Things that are burdensome to you. And burdensome meaning it's your thought life, your speech, the stories you're telling yourself, the things you're looking at when you're going on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The people that you hang around with, their dialogue is like, you're starting to realize that you have to put it to death. All right? Because you do got a 6 of Cups. You got something coming, which is emotional, you know, something that's fulfilling. Oh, I like that I see this, baby. All about the pentacles. You got the whole package about to manifest right in front of you. This is the 10 of damn pentacles, and it ain't just on the surface. Ooh, baby. Because right here we got the 6 of Cups too. So yeah, it ain't just surface. It ain't just about stuff. On the whole scale, purpose. Your purpose, your bliss, your contentment, your wholeness, your whole package. So money, stuff, people, accomplishments, endeavors, contentment. Yeah. Manifested Pentacles, Earth plane, baby. Earth plane. Hold on. Yeah, 7 of Swords. You're coming out, you're letting go. Illusions, delusions, lies, cheats, deceits, and allowing yourself to lie to yourself and lying into the lies of others. Hold on. You smelling it now. You can smell it 20 miles away. Whew. The Magician. Bam. This goes along with our other readings. You are a manifesting motherfucker. Sorry if that offends you. Ooh, baby. We have the star. We got the sun. We got, oh my God. And now the Magician. Yeah. See, it's a perspective. And this is where we're going. Oh, see, somebody's about to offer some of you guys something. We got the Ace of Pentacles. So I would be, if I were you all, as we start this shifting and, you know, our thinking and all that stuff, start getting in an expectation without attachment energy. Like, I'm expecting abundance. I am expecting things to go in alignment with who I really am and my highest heart's desires. I'm expecting support from the universe. I'm expecting support from my higher self. I'm expecting support from my light team to assist me with co-creating and manifesting the reality in which I desire. And I release attachment to what I think it needs to be, or what it looked like, or who needs to do it, or where it needs to be. I just release it. I give intention to release it. I give intention to let go of the need to figure it out and know in advance how it's going to roll. I ask for help with it, but I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. There's the Knight of Wands. Oh, good gracious God. Knight of Wands gets a bad rap, you know, but it ain't always bad. But Six of Swords. Okay, so you guys are moving into calmer waters as it relates to creating your happiness, because you're taking back the power. You're realizing that it's an internal job before it is an external one. That is an internal job first. Okay, you're coming out of double-mindedness. So you're not going to go back and forth with negative thinking, back and forth with your old way of talking about yourself, or, you know what I'm saying? You're going to shift that. You're going to release the attachments. Page of Wands. You're going to be receiving messages here. I'm sorry, this is nice and good shuffle. All right. Occupation in reverse and the success in reverse. What in the thought life, what area is that hitting the most in terms of their happiness? What area is that hitting in the 3D the most in terms of them producing feel good thoughts and happiness? What area is hitting? What area or how? What area or how? What area or how? Occupation and success in reverse. Occupation and success. Okay. Differences in lovers from the subconscious in the 3D. What area or how is it hitting them the most? What area or how? Please and thank you. What area or how? Okay. For the advice position being Queen of Wands and Death. What should be the method? What area or method that's to be applied in the 3D? What area or method or element? What area, method, element this advice should be applied? Okay. I like that. Wands on, and we've got the lovers at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Okay. Now, I knew this was coming. I knew them. Oh my God. See, the Knight, to me, the Knight and the Wand, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands gets a bad rap in my opinion sometimes, because I'm like, oh. On that one, okay. Wow. Okay, so for what you feel like has been affecting you, and so this is how it manifested. In terms of you not feeling like you could have happy thoughts, happy emotions, or create any happiness, is because there was some false starts, you know, or maybe you were hopeful, because this is the Fool. This is a major arcana, okay? In reverse, you feel like you've had a series of bad luck, because that's what that could mean too. Like you just have not been given a fucking break, man. Some of you feel like, these motherfuckers dizzy all over this earth. And you know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all feel like that. Like, I just can't get a fucking break. Fool in reverse, right? In some of you all's cases, it's basically that maybe you were hopeful. Maybe you thought you had a bright new beginning in something in some way, and it just went in reverse. Okay, so that was, you know, in terms of what you think and feel is affecting you. So you think it's due to loss of opportunities, basically, lack of a new beginning, feeling like you can't get a new beginning of some sort, right? The subconscious is revealing that it's coming And the reason why you feel a certain way, though, is because it's been slow. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest freaking knight.
That is why I feel so...
At least he on his horse, though. Because in other decks, he ain't on a horse because the horse is slow. So the subconscious is saying that you have felt this way, whether it was about love, relationships, or opportunities, is because it feels like the success you want,
but I feel so
is slow. You know, it's just been slow. And then on top of that, you feel like people are slow. They're just slow to give you what you want. You know, that people feel like they can just take their time because they taken advantage of you, or they feel, you know what I'm saying? Many of you feel like people and opportunities be slow because people don't value you. And they feel like they can drag their asses. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to giving you what you rightly deserve. Right? But to me, on the flip, this is an indication that there is solid progress in terms of your manifesting, right? But maybe, you know, we need to speed up what we're practicing, that internal dialogue, what we're saying, the stories we're telling, right? That could play a role with speeding up this night. And the night could be, again, an opportunity being presented, a friendship, soul tribe, a lover. Because look, we got lovers at the bottom. We got the Page of Cups. So maybe somebody, ooh, baby. See, it is turning in your favor. Look, okay. It is. It absolutely is. We had the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Another major arcana. Lovers is represented 2 times. That happened in the last reading. Lovers is represented 2 times. Okay. Page of Cups. Somebody coming. Something coming. This is water energy here. Emotions. Right? Something finna go down. I don't know what. But I know Wheel of Fortune is representing justice, baby. Shit's, I'm sorry. Let me calm down.
Salmon pinks, rose, peaches, and the array of
justice is being served. You just don't see it. It's coming. And it's coming because of the reality of your truth. You have been through a lot. The Nine of Swords, you have dealt with people constantly fighting you, constantly trying to steal from you, constantly trying to connive and strategize against you. You have. Right? People spying on you, thinking they slick. People trying to hurt you and hurt your name and do crazy shit. That's being put to an end. It won't affect you no more. Okay? You've gone through 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Major betrayals, major toxicity from your external environment. Okay? Major. That's why you probably feel that way. But the whole theme is getting us back to our empowerment and realizing that we can change the game, but it's from within. And it's from detaching and letting go of the stories about all that pain.
I am so happy to be a part.
Take away the importance of it. The importance, giving labels and meanings to things and people and circumstances. Re-scripting it to something different. Right? So that you pull your power back. Right?
I am so passionate about what I do.
So moving on to the advice position with this Queen of Wands in the coffin, you got more wands, more fire, 2 of Wands. You're going on this journey. You're making, you know what I'm saying? You got movement.
I'm so grateful for all that I have learned along the way.
You got movement. You got some paths that are about to be being presented to you, of paths of passion and fire.
I'm so
right?
grateful for all the people
As you put to death,
and the experiences.
you know what I'm saying? Everything that's not serving, as you put to death any indecisiveness, even
So
in terms of what your passion is, and decide to go for what you really desire instead of the status quo, instead of what your culture is telling you, your conditioning is telling you. You know what I'm saying? What the collective is in, people that are in a lot of fear energy because of the global pandemic, right?
Feeling so
putting it all away. And just in your Queen of Wands energy, going for it, right? Yeah. Yep. And lovers, you know what I'm saying? You're coming into the balance with that lovers energy. And opportunities is going to be presented to you that is worth your time.
I am happy.
You know, but we just got to stay in a certain energy. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys what was at the bottom of the kipper. At the bottom of the kipper is marriage. Jesus Christ. At a distant horizon. So for those of you, you know, if that's what you want, that's something that certainly, if we shift this energy properly, can be something in the making for you. Because the energy is present.
To make really wise choices.
And you're going to find your belonging. Let me show you. You're getting focused. I want to show you what's at the bottom here.
I am deeply grateful.
Look it.
For all the people
you've been wishing, you've been praying, you've been meditating. You got your focus now. Laser beam focus. Look at that. See, this is what this whole thing is about. Laser beam focus. We got to get clear in our thoughts. Release. Release. That negative dialogue. What we're feeding our soul, what we're listening to, so we can stay laser sharp focused. 8, infinity, mastery. We're mastering it. We're mastering our internal world, our subconscious here. And you're going to find that sense of belonging from within yourself. No more conflict about you with you. No more conflict about you with you. And because you're doing it internally, then it'll manifest into a reality where you will feel a sense of belonging in the 3D. Yep. And as for the grow, I mean, to me, it just speaks of abundance, like endless fruitfulness, right? Yeah. That's that. That's there for you guys. Now let me get you. Let me get. Sorry. Your final healing cards, and then I'm gonna go. All right, for the collective, can we get some energy healing oracle messages or affirmations? Please and thank you. These are some big cards. I always have such a hard time with this.
I feel like I can completely trust the flow of life. I can trust that money will always find me. That abundance and staggering wealth is always good.
Okay. Ooh, let's do it, y'all. Man, these cards, it's like, how am I going to maneuver these puppies? Okay.
I trust that.
All right, could we get Jesus? Healing oracle. Jesus Christ. Hold on, you guys.
The universe has proven this.
All right. Could we get some energy healing here, please, for the collective?
Just how much I am.
I'm going to have to be creative here because this will take all day. The area of success in reverse, occupation in the full. What would be a good affirmation to support shifting those thoughts, those beliefs, that subconscious, that dialogue there?
I know and I have.
Dang it. Help me, y'all. Team, help me with these cards. What's the guidance? How y'all want me to get these? There it is. Ooh, baby. Aww.
That I am loved and supported by life and the universe.
So through Queen of Wands, but this goes here though. Okay, but I see it.
And possibilities are ever present in my life.
Okay.
I am free to choose my experiences.
Wow. Okay.
little part of the journey.
Wow, that makes sense. See, I wouldn't have, wow. Okay. Anything else for the differences here and lovers and the Knight of Pentacles? The slow night and the subconscious here, that slow movement, or seemingly slow, but it's night. What's the guidance? Differences, lovers. What that means. Subconscious to shift. There it is. Boom. There it is, baby. Baby. No, I'm just kidding. These are beautiful, you guys. We got solar plex, heart, and we got throat or third eye energy here. So for the area that in your thoughts, success in reverse, occupation in reverse, and the Fool in reverse, this is what you got. You might want to screenshot this because these cards are activated. This up here is activated to assist with transmitting the frequency of unconditional love.
I know what to do with it.
So that way later, if you want to, you can always go back.
And anything I don't know.
It says here, unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and I discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. And see, and what I'm picking up with this is for yourself, for feeling like you're a failure, or feeling like you made too many mistakes, or feeling like regretful for anything that you think have caused your air quote lack of success. But for others that you feel like contributed to trying to make sure that you were not successful. From people that disappointed you, people that broke promises, jobs that didn't come through or that was deceitful, and you know what I'm saying, just all of the disappointment and the resentment from what you feel like has somehow slowed down or stagnated your success. The unconditional love energy is going to help soothe your own heart where you're judging yourself, but also then just to release everybody else, like forgive them. Even those that may have tried to sabotage you, they may very well, because like the thing said, it says here, I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt people. So in other words, it's basically saying that hurt people, even people that don't think they're hurt, be hurt. You know, just because they got a nice car and home and flashy things and, you know what I'm saying, bomb positions, or, you know, those are surface. But inside, a lot of them be hurt. And because of that, they're acting out, and they may have very well tried to make life hard for you. They may have very well wished harm on you. They may very well have even tried to sabotage you, you know, but this energy is going to assist with just melting it, letting it go. It's not to say we let these people give them a platform or a room. It's just to say we just accept it for what it was and realize that, yeah, it came from their toxicity, it came from their fragments, it came from their conditioning, and, you know, it is what it is.
I get to give myself.
In the area of differences, lovers and the Knight of Pentacles, you got faithfulness. Okay, for the subconscious, you're being empowered. Subconscious is getting cleared. You're being empowered through your diligence here. It says here, faithfulness. I commit to my mind, heart, and my will. I am devoted to the needs of my own soul. I trust in myself, source, and the universe. This is a surrender card and diligence card. Like stay in the path. You're being empowered. Empowered to shift your own subconscious. Empowered to rewrite your own story. Empowered to neuroplasty, which is basically a restructuring of the brain, pretty much, right? Being diligent and faithful to commit to your own health and well-being, right? Lastly, as the advice position with the Queen of Wands and the Coffin and the Two of Wands, you guys got inner beauty.
I'm so comfortable.
It's about recognizing this. Okay? It says here, I open the eyes of my own heart and I direct my gaze to the light within every being, including yourself. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. And I think I said that the other day. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's different for everybody. Beauty and goodness are in the image of source. Okay? So personality in terms of what people think is worthy and deserving, right? Personality, physical appearances, that's dictated by the 3D version of humans, right? People vary. But true beauty and goodness are from source, in the image of source, okay? And you're being asked to reflect on that because otherwise we stay in the land of comparison. And that's where people have wanted us to stay. You know? I call them, what are we doing? I say stuff like, what are you doing? Build a hole? You know what I'm saying? Shuffling people like they're objects. You know what I'm saying? I want breast size 20 and I want, ass size this and I want, you know what I'm saying? That's very, very objectifying and limiting. And as long as we stay in that kind of frequency and let people make us feel that way or condone that or script that in our own energy and in our mind, it's hard to build this confidence with this Queen of Wands, right? So the guidance is to take our eyes off of everybody else in a sense that so we can focus on in our own worth and value, because then we're built up to create a world in which we want, not based on the perception of some other person, whether that be a job, because they have their perceptions too, whether it is a job, an opportunity, a lover, a friend, a soul tribe, turning it back inward, not basing on the perceptions of others. Again, because every time we're doing that, it is a challenge to keep this good feeling emotions on a day-to-day, or good thoughts or happiness, because we're basing it on someone else coming around and validating us and telling us we're beautiful, or telling us they want to give us the job opportunity, or telling us that they want us to be a part of their group. Narcissistic programming feeds off that kind of energy, because this is how you get people to bend and conform to your control and power. If you ostracize them, if you disinclude them, if you tell them they're not this and they're not that and they're not good enough, then they're going to feel really sad and bad, and they're going to try extra hard to prove that they are. That's narcissism in a nutshell. It's abuse. People are good enough as they are. Okay? And if they're not for you, then they're not for you. But that abusive tactic stuff, that ain't good. But we have to let go of the attachment so that we don't have to stay susceptible to any of that kind of projection. Going within and seeing that beauty, that worth, that value in ourselves in a whole, and as worthy of the abundance that, as I just told you guys, is clearly coming. Okay, the success, the turn of events. So where there's been all this injustice, that Wheel of Fortune showed me, that's changing. The sun, the star, the 10 of Pentacles, y'all. I mean, I'm like, that don't, man. Yeah. All right, my dears. I am going to close this down. Let me see something real quick.
I can share my abundance with others.
Because I want to leave it on the high note too here. Okay, remember what I started out with. Reward yourself with a much deserved gift today, somehow, whether it be a flower, you know what you can do, but that's about self-care, taking care of you and honoring what feels good to you, what makes you smile, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel empowered, what makes you feel seen and heard, what makes you feel like you matter. Okay, so doing that for you in a high vibe, balanced way now. Okay? But it's in dedication with the intent of honoring our true inner deservingness and worthiness and beauty and the honor of unconditional love for ourselves. Okay? So let's do that.
I have a profoundly
Balance right here.
I am deeply satisfied and content with my life.
Let's ground that in.
All
right, to help you release and ground in. So let's just take a few deep breaths and then we'll close.
I have an inspiration to do something.
Deep breath in through the nose and hold it.
Go somewhere.
We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. We're going to hold it. The intention is that we're breathing in all the love and support that we have available for us as it relates to this reading. And when we exhale, the intention to release everything that was revealed in the reading to be released.
Say yes to
unforgiveness, resentment, blame, bitterness, doubt, unbelief, insecurity, failure, rejection, comparison, abuse, toxicity, toxic programming, attachments, labels, meanings, stories, any and all things to be released. Breathing in support from Gaia, receiving support from above, releasing all into Gaia for transmutation. Okay, we're going to picture this. Set the intention to imagine brilliant golden white light, pink energy, green energy. Picture just supportive energy bubbled around you. Light coming from above into the crown, through your whole body, all the way down into the core of Gaia. Okay? It's the reason I'm doing this.
Frequency of wealth and abundance emanates from my body.
Let's do it. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose.
With openness and freedom. And a sense of deep security. And trust in life. Prosperity looks for me.
Again, let's take a nice deep breath in. We're going to hold it, and then we're going to exhale slowly. Deep breath in.
I feel so good, happy and content. I feel so satisfied. I get to simply focus on what I would prefer. Free from all feelings of insecurity and stress. My life is wonderful. I feel profoundly free. I am enjoying this adventure of life. I love my life. I am so grateful for every moment I get to live. I have everything I need and so much more. I am able to share my wealth with others. I feel so relaxed and happy right now. I know how good my life is. I make really great choices as to how to invest my money. And how to use it to benefit as many people as possible. I love knowing that I can make a positive difference to the lives of others with my choices. I am so grateful for my mental wealth. I am so grateful for all the world's teachers who taught me about money. I am so grateful for all the decisions I have made and the action I have taken, the inspiration I followed to get me to this place of abundance and satisfaction. Money is raining upon every moment of my existence. I can feel it falling all around me constantly. Like a gentle sun shower of money rain. Opportunities and inspiration abound in my life. I can totally relax into these good feelings. I have come to the understanding now that although it is magnificent to have boundless money flowing to me, it is not the most important thing in my life. Now I know because I have massive wealth. That people, time and love is so much more important. I use my time wisely. I have time and money freedom. I know what is really meaningful and important in life. I understand now that I have everything I could have asked for. That all that stuff is not what makes one happy. It is fantastic to have. It certainly makes life easier and much more enjoyable. But I've come to realize that money can't buy my happiness. I now know that happiness and my feeling of fulfillment really comes from being able to follow my heart. And do what I really love. Spend time with the people I love. And to be at peace with myself. That is why I feel so blessed right now.
Alright.
Because
I love you guys.
Is the physical abundance here with me. And
I wish you all well.
The time.
And let's do this together, you guys. Let's.
But I feel so satisfied that I now know
set these intentions.
what is really
and practice today. Because today is all there is.
Everything
Optimism
appears before me and I get to choose.
Loving thoughts about ourselves, loving dialogue, kind, hopeful.
Life is so good.
Okay, about ourselves, about our circumstances, about what we've gone through, and about what we're capable of in the now, about creating, feeling good in the now, creating happiness from within in the now. All right. Talk to you guys next time. Love and light. Namaste.
It feels so refreshing.